Yeah! It's episode 100 of the franchise. I am your erstwhile host, Daniel Ehrenberg.
And thusly, I am your erstwhile host, Henry Papale. Welcome, everybody. Cinco de Mayo.
Happy
Also,
Cinco de Mayo, or should I say bueno? Wait, what's happy?
I only
Henry,
took 4 years.
I took Spanish class.
I took 4 years
from
of Spanish, man.
fourth grade through second year of college.
Oh
Okay,
my God! Then you really have no excuse.
and I don't know anything.
Yeah, I took 4 years of it. I happy. I think it's a variation of the word bueno, but it's not.
All
And
I
can't
know is
remember.
they have the best burrito bowls at Trump Tower. Enjoy.
That's pretty fucking sad, honestly, that we can't think of what happy is off the top of our head.
Look
Jesus
it up.
Christ. Look it up. All right,
Can you look it up?
Yeah,
All
sure.
right.
You go.
This week we're covering deepest, bluest. My hat is like a shark's fin. Deep Blue Sea from the year of our Lord 1999, and it's recently released straight to TV or VOD sequel.
Hey, muy contento.
That's it.
Contento. Yeah.
That's dumb. No wonder I don't remember that.
Yes. What is this? Straight. It went to DVD at the same time, right?
Yeah, I mean VOD. I'll tell you what. I drop more money for this movie than I do most movies I watch for the podcast.
Did you? I didn't drop anything. I got it on Netflix disc.
Oh, Netflix disc. Listen
Yep.
to you. I got it for $6 streaming on Amazon Prime.
You paid $6 for this.
I did.
Why the
Henry.
fuck didn't you just order it on? You didn't want it to interfere with your queue, right?
I
don't
didn't
lie.
necessarily care about that. I just didn't remember I had to watch it until yesterday.
I prepared, ladies and gentlemen. I bumped The Post and several other movies from last year to see this.
The
This is how
Post.
important.
Someone was saying online, like, I feel like they feel like Hollywood's trying to convince us the world is going to end any second now, because like in the last few months we've gotten like a Marvel movie with like all the Marvel characters, and The Post, like a Spielberg movie with Meryl Streep and Tom Hanks. Like
Ooh.
it's like we're ready. We're just going to make the last movies ever.
That could be true.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good theory. It's
That-
good as any I've heard.
That accounts for Deep Blue Sea too, as well.
It needed to happen.
It needed to happen. Listen, we're going to cover Deep Blue Sea right now. This is a film I saw on my 13th birthday, Henry.
Yeah.
Did you see it in theaters?
No, I saw it. I believe shortly after when I was in college, probably on HBO or something.
I was excited for this movie. I was a fan of shark movies. This was a big release. I liked Sam Jackson already.
Yep.
I've seen that guy in pretty much anything. And I was ready for it. I used to go every year on my birthday to see a movie. A tradition that started back in 1992 or 91, something like that, with Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Nice.
And a tradition that ended in 2007 or 8 when I saw The Mummy, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor by myself on my birthday.
That killed it for you? That
was it.
Okay.
So, Deep Blue Sea, I remember the year before was basketball.
Okay.
I saw Deep Blue Sea on my 13th birthday. The movie was released July 28th, 1999.
I had just
So
turned
it must
21.
have been a Monday.
Okay.
I was in upstate New York. I saw it at this shitty theater that was next to a pizza parlor.
Mm-hmm.
I think I ate pizza at that pizza parlor that night.
Wow. It's
It was one of those places they gave you crayons and a cup, and I used to draw comic strips on my paper placemat.
Very nice. Very nice.
How about
Yeah,
that?
that's pretty cool. Yeah.
I'm really reflecting. I feel like this is like the
Yeah.
100th episode. We're talking about my childhood. Like it's like we're gonna have like a Jim Jones suicide pact at the end
Right.
of
Just
this
like you were
episode.
saying, it's kind of an apocalyptic
Yeah,
feel.
yeah.
That's what we want to bring to this episode.
Yeah, to this comedy podcast.
Yeah. I was 21 in college. I don't remember anything about when I saw this movie other than that I saw it a few times, so I must have liked it. That's my recollection.
I liked it plenty at the time.
I'm not going to give away anything about what I feel
Oh,
now.
do you not like it anymore?
I'm not saying a word.
Okay. Listen, we have a director we have covered on the podcast before.
Yeah, and our second episode.
That's right. Yeah, because he directed Die Hard 2.
Die Harder.
It's maybe. We don't
Right.
know.
Right.
All right.
Still haven't figured it out.
Yeah. Rennie Harlan. Now, we're gonna here's what I want to do. Let's do the good, great, bad game.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Let me pull them up real quick and
Let's
we
go
can do
through
that.
every classic Rennie Harlan movie. Now, Rennie Harlan was a guy who was big for a while.
Yeah.
He had a hell of a career, and then it was like 3 bombs in a row, and then he was dead.
He married Gina Davis. That's what I remember.
What?
Yeah, they were married. That's why they did a couple films together and all that shit. Yeah.
Married? Yeah, look at that.
Right.
Married from 93 to 98.
I always remembered that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they had
All right, I
a
got 'em
long
up.
kiss goodnight.
Yeah. Very
right.
long.
All right. His first film was called Born American.
Never heard of it.
Me neither. His next film is called Prison.
Never heard of it.
Me neither, but it sounds pretty good. A young Viggo Mortensen in this 1987
Oh,
film.
all right.
All right, then A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master.
Never saw it.
It's okay.
I knew you'd seen it. Yeah.
Yeah. Then, the big year of 1990, directed 2 movies. One, Die Hard 2.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Great. Good. Good. Good.
Good.
Good. Don't
Then-
remember. Yeah,
Then,
good.
The Adventures of Ford Fairlane.
Astonishingly, I've never seen that.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
Listen, the Dice Man cometh. He's
Yeah.
he's killing it all over that
Oh,
movie.
speaking of our second episode and the Dice Man cometh, it ties in beautifully. Can I get a little Dice Man there?
Oh, sure, a classic.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, hey, hickory dickory dock. That's all
Yeah.
I got.
That's all I needed.
Okay.
All right.
Hey,
All right, so
go
we're
see me. Hey, go see me in my classic movie, Blue Jasmine.
I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm working with Woody Allen. I don't know. I heard of him.
I had a show on Showtime that lasted more than 1 season. Have you ever met anybody that's watched a single second of it? Hey.
Anybody. So wait, we guys should start with Nightmare on Elm Street. Good, great, or bad, right?
I did this. Yeah, it's good.
You didn't really say. Okay, so Adventures of Ford Fairlane,
Great.
Die Hard 2.
Good.
Okay, that's where I can join you. Good.
Okay.
Cliffhanger.
Oh, it's good.
Good.
John Lithgow is great in that movie.
He's the best part.
Yeah. Cutthroat Island.
Never saw it.
Ooh, is that bad?
Worst director, Golden Raspberry.
He deserves it.
Nominated, yeah.
Yeah. But did he win a Stinkers Bad Movie Award? I hate those fucking awards.
I don't know those.
They're like another one. Hey, the MTV Movie Award nominations came out this week.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, they're they nominate TV shit like next to movie stuff now.
Oh, okay.
So it's like one of the categories I saw was like best group of friends or something.
Yeah.
And it was like the It kids were nominated, but the Stranger Things kids were too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Finn Wolfhard versus Finn Wolfhard. All right.
Oh, sure. All right.
Yeah. They nominated Amy Schumer for that movie that just came out like 2 weeks ago.
Sure.
I don't know what the hell is going on. I think, hey, Tiffany Haddish is hosting. I think Girls Trip is going to sweep.
Oh, all right, all right.
Hey, did I tell you I finally watched Girls Trip?
I know you wanted to. I don't remember if you did.
I finally
tell me.
did.
And
Hey, you know all these people out there that were like, listen, I know it doesn't look that great, but Girls Trip, this is a great movie.
right.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Whoops.
What a
Okay.
waste of my time. Good Lord.
I don't know,
I
man.
mean, Haddish is great. She's a movie star.
Oh, okay.
But other than that, Jesus. All right. Long Kiss Goodnight.
Never saw it. I don't think I did.
Have you never seen? Is Die Hard 2 the only Rennie Harlan?
No, I saw a few more.
No,
Yeah.
he was Long
I
Kiss
think
Goodnight.
I did. No, you know what? I did see that. That's the Sam Jackson.
Yeah, it's
like
good.
Hitman thing. Okay, I don't even remember it,
I think
man.
Shane Black's script on that one.
I'll go with whatever you say. I
It's
wouldn't
good.
say-
It's good. Now, Rennie Harlan was a director. I used to like see his movies. Like,
Right.
you know, he's sort of a poor man's Paul Verhoeven.
Real poor, but yeah, okay,
Yeah.
sure. I get it. Yeah.
All right. Deep Blue Sea. Oh, should we not say yet?
No.
Okay,
no.
okay. He follows Deep Blue Sea up with Driven.
Didn't see it. That's Stallone, right?
Yeah, that's terrible. That's Stallone driving a race car. Then
Right.
Exorcist the Beginning.
No, you skipped one that I saw.
What, Mindhunters?
Yeah.
Okay, what's that?
It's junk, garbage. It's got LL in it.
Ooh,
And,
he liked working with LL.
Yeah, and Val Kilmer, who's as I recall, just horrific. It's a total piece of shit. Yeah.
All right. That sounds great. Then
Yeah.
Exorcist the Beginning.
Didn't see that.
It's bad. Now, you might recall that another director was going to direct an Exorcist movie, Henry.
Mm.
That was
I
like
know.
a weird thing. We'll cover these Exorcist movies.
Definitely.
And so it was Paul Schrader.
Oh.
They hired Paul Schrader to direct an Exorcist movie, and it was too experimental, and they shit-canned his movie and hired Rennie Harlan to direct a different Exorcist prequel with the same cast.
Oh boy.
But then they ended up releasing both movies.
Oh really?
Yeah, and so it was an interesting thing.
If our audience doesn't know Paul Schrader, he wrote Taxi Driver,
Yeah.
and he directed some good stuff too, right?
Didn't he direct that movie with porn star James Dean?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The movie with Lindsay Lohan and
Oh really? I don't know.
Yep.
Oh, where she's like a pole dancer. or
I'm
something?
right. No, you're thinking of I Know Who Killed Me.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
No, The Canyons.
Jesus.
Bret
Okay.
Easton Ellis wrote it, and it's Paul Schrader directing Lindsay Lohan and porn star James Dean, who was later accused of raping other porn star Stoya.
Oh, that's wonderful. And you got Paul Schrader and Bret Easton Ellis. You got a real crew of
A
feminists. on
murderer's
that one.
row of shitheads.
Ugh.
yeah.
Yuck.
Oh, and it was produced by Brett Ratner.
Oh, get out of here.
No, I made that up. All right.
That's good though.
So Exorcist the Beginning's bad, but that Schrader one's actually okay. Stellan Skarsgård in it, by the way, from
Of
Deep
course.
Blue Sea.
Right.
The Covenant is his next film.
I gotta see what that is.
That's a bunch of like it's like a supernatural teen movie. Every guy in it's super handsome. All right, that's all I remember about it.
Yeah, I think I've seen this.
It's terrible.
yeah, that is junk. I don't even know when I saw that. Yeah, it's garbage.
So then he made a movie called Cleaner. I've never even heard of it.
I've never heard of his next 5.
Nope, I know 12 Rounds, baby. That movie was produced by a little company called World Wrestling Entertainment and a little businessman named Vince McMahon.
Oh,
and it's the
nice.
first movie starring John Cena.
Oh, all right.
That's
all
right. It's terrible, but I will say John Cena, he's around these days.
He is. He is.
He's in that Cock Blockers. He just signed on for a buddy movie with The Rock. So The Rock, it seems, is like helping out his wrestling buddy.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, then, yeah, I don't know the next ones. He made a bunch of shit. He made that movie Legend of Hercules, which came out the same year as The Rock Hercules.
Uh-oh.
And then this past year, he made this movie Skip Trace with Jackie Chan and Johnny Knoxville.
Oh, boy.
And that movie tanked here, but did well in Japan and China. And so now, Henry, his next few movies that he's making, they're Chinese language movies.
In the Chinese language?
Yeah.
Is this Legend of the Ancient Sword? you're talking
And Bodies at Rest.
about? Okay.
He's just
Wow.
cranking out Chinese movies now.
Wow. Well, if it doesn't
He's,
work here, go there.
He's like a cockroach, this Rennie Harlan. I listen, he's had a spotty career, but the guy's his heart is in the right place. He can make a fun action movie.
He can.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. Yeah. Rennie.
If shit went a different way, he could have been like a Michael Bay.
It's very true.
Yeah.
That's a more apt comparison.
He had a
I think,
few too many, like Cutthroat Island and Long Kiss Goodnight and Driven. Like those were like big budget, like shit fests.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
He shit
Yep.
the bed with some studio money and ended up in director jail. But Deep Blue Sea, this movie has a budget of $82 million
Yeah.
and a box office of 164.6, and they could have made a lot of money from this. This thing did not have to cost $82 million.
No, I guess, when you work
It
with
is an
water.
extravagant movie. It's an extravagant movie. There are
Yeah, it is.
explosions and shitty-looking digital effects. And,
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. It's kind of makes you wonder where that 82 was going. I assume all for locations and shooting on an ocean or whatever the fuck they did. But
well,
yeah.
they shot. They used the same soundstage that was built for Titanic.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows, man? Maybe they had to pay for that.
Well, they had to pay for that, but they also the whole set of the Aquatica
Yeah.
where they're staying in the ocean. They built it over the water tanks they used for Titanic.
Okay.
So like that's where the money went.
'Cause
Production.
they
design.
really could have probably made this for like half of that budget, $40 million. I'd give them 40.
Well, they made Deep Blue Sea 2 for $40.
Yeah, but it still doubled its money, and it's
It did okay. Number 29 for the year in 1999. Did slightly worse than Any Given Sunday.
okay. All right.
I can't do it for you. I'm too old.
Another LL Cool J joint.
Is he in that?
Oh yeah.
That was my friend Steven Nuaro was on the high school football team. South High Falcons represent, and he would listen to the Al Pacino speech from that movie before games. And when we found that out, we made fun of him a lot, to the point that in our film class, we made a short film called 60% Communist. And we made it so the closing credits, we didn't play a song. We just played the Al Pacino speech from Any Given Sunday. Yeah. All right. Then, and it did slightly better than Galaxy Quest, which is a fondly remembered movie. That,
I remember thinking it was funny.
Yeah. Well, I'll never watch it again because I
Right.
can't sit through a Tim Allen movie.
With you there.
Yeah. I don't know, but people like it, right? People love that fucking movie.
I don't love it. I just remember
People
thinking-
love it, though.
Yeah. I mean, I remember thinking it was funny.
I've heard people have the hot take, like, you know what the best Star Trek movie is? Galaxy Quest.
Oh, get the fuck out
Yeah.
of here! Jesus Christ. Trying to start a movement of some kind. Come on.
Yep. Okay. Now, this was written on spec in 1994, all right, by a fella named Duncan Kennedy. Toy Duncan's chest. And
Speaking of MTV, Kennedy.
oh, sure. Now this guy never had a career again. Let's go through the writers. It was rewritten for Rennie Harlan. I almost said Ridley Scott. They're about as good as each other.
Oh, okay. That was a good one though.
By Donna and Wayne Powers, a writing team. Mostly wrote for TV, but they had a little bit of a career after Deep Blue Sea. They wrote the horror film Valentine.
Okay.
You ever see that?
No, but I know it.
Great slasher movie with David Boreanaz and Denise Richards. All right.
So you're happy.
Yeah, so I'm happy.
Christmas Jones.
Dr. Christmas Jones, how dare you? And he also co-wrote the Italian Job.
Ugh, I hate that movie.
I remember thinking it was okay at the time.
Oh, that was fucking garbage. I saw it in the theater.
Hey guys, you want to go on an Italian Job?
Say hi to your mother for me.
Oh, yeah. Charlize, right?
Edward Norton.
Yeah, what a cast.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember the Italian Job also because, and I know you can do the easily eye roll at the Edward Norton being difficult to work with, but I do remember at the time like reading how he just publicly denounced the film.
Yeah, I remember reading that too.
You remember that? He was
are
like,
we at a point now
one more.
Where there are fewer stories about Edward Norton being a pleasure to work with than there are about... I mean, come on.
Yeah, well, for sure. Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous.
But, I mean, I think he just... what I remember him saying was just he had a deal with whoever produced at Fox. I don't know. And he had one film left, and so he just did that and then got out of this deal. But then he was still difficult to work with, so...
Yeah, I remember him saying in, like, junket interviews for that movie that he took the role for the money.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be like, well, then why'd you take all the other shitty fucking roles you pick?
Okay. He didn't do too...
He is the best actor that only ends up in bad movies.
That is a bold statement.
Has he been in a good movie since, I mean, other than the Hulk, since like 2005?
Yeah, Stone.
All right.
Fucking Painted Veil.
But this is Ed Norton. At one time, he was like the most promising actor in the world. Like he's a guy that should be in like the Oscar convo.
Oh yeah, I know. What was that thing he did with Will Smith last Christmas?
What?
The thing with Kate Winslet, like...
Oh, God! Collateral Beauty!
Beautiful. Wonderful movie.
Collaterally beautiful.
Collaterally beautifully.
All right, let's talk about it. Deep Blue Sea.
Well, wait a minute. 99.
Oh, you're right. I made a new 99 list.
So
What a year 99 is.
Ridiculous year. I think I noticed that I only changed 2.
I changed a ton, Hank.
It was very hard. I am going to name the ones that didn't make it, though. I have to. It was too good of a year.
Go ahead.
All right, what didn't make it but could have? Beyond the Mat.
Yeah, that's a good one. Look at you, a wrestling documentary.
That's great. Blair Witch Project.
Mm-hmm.
The Insider.
Yeah, great one.
The Straight Story.
Great one.
Summer of Sam.
Okay.
Three Kings.
Okay.
Topsy Turvy.
Michael Lee.
Virgin Suicides.
Yep, her only good movie.
And your favorite movie, Payback.
Why is that in the conversation? Here, I'll throw some out there.
10.
I'll throw some other great movies out there that did not quite make my list this time out. And I'll tell you what, 5 movies changed on this 1999
5,
list.
okay,
5.
all right.
All right, so no longer on the list, Henry. American Beauty.
Not on mine either.
All right.
I guess I bumped 3 then. Yeah. Right.
Talented Mr. Rips.
A great movie.
All right, it's a great movie. Run, Lola, Run.
Oh.
All right.
I missed that one.
Okay.
I'm happy with my list. Whatever.
American Movie.
Great movie.
And now here's some other ones that I wanted on there that I couldn't quite fit. How about Bringing Out the Dead?
Not a fan.
How about Twin Falls, Idaho? And what, you don't know?
I remember that.
Yep.
That's the Siamese twins
That's
thing.
right. Great movie.
Long time.
And SLC Punk, which we should cover on the podcast. They did a Netflix sequel, and I haven't watched it.
All right. Never saw it.
Yeah. I remember it being good, but I haven't seen it since I'm like probably 16. So
Okay, all right.
I reserve the right for it to be
Yeah.
bad. But here, let's do it. What's your number 10 of 1999?
Number 10 is Sweet and Lowdown.
A great Woody Allen movie.
Yep.
Yeah, probably his last good one for a while there.
The last great Woody Allen movie.
Not true. My number 10 is Three Kings.
Yeah, it got bumped. It was on my list.
Hey, thanks for putting me on your list.
Why are you bumping me? Say hi to your mother.
All right.
Number 9, a newbie for me here. Affliction.
Oh, sure. Nicky Nolte with
Jimmy
a
Coburn.
great assist by what's his name?
James Coburn.
James Coburn, right.
Yeah.
My number 9 is a movie you bumped, Summer of Sam.
I didn't. Yeah, I was actually never on my lists, but it's awesome. I love that movie. My number 8, new to my list, which I haven't seen in a long time, but made a huge impact on me when I saw it in the theater, was the Ralph Fiennes movie Sunshine.
I've never seen that.
Yeah,
I had to think about what it was, and
You know what I'm talking
I
about?
do know what you're talking about, but I've never seen
yeah.
it. My number 8 is Sweet and Low Down.
Okay. My number 7 is Office Space.
That's my number 7.
Nice.
I put that on there because you had it on your list last time we did 99, and I was like, by all rights, that should be on my list.
Definitely. That wasn't going anywhere. My number 6 is The End of the Affair.
Good movie. Number 6, making its list debut, Henry. Ready for this?
Yeah.
South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut.
Very funny movie.
All right?
Yeah. Good choice.
Thank
Bold.
you. Now, this number 5, top 5 for me is a murderer's row. Just
Me
like
too.
all-time classics.
I think the same of mine. Yeah. Number 5, Election.
Number 5 for me, Henry. And listen, you're not going to like its placement, but like I said, these are all masterpieces. Number 5, Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah, I'm not happy right now. This is like you mentioning Wheels on the Friday the 13th episode. Just brought it down a notch. All right, now that at least it's still
He
on
died
there.
of AIDS, never forget.
Right. At least it's still on there.
Sure.
Okay. Number 4, Being John Malkovich.
Number 4, Fight Club.
Okay. All right. Number 3, Magnolia.
Number 3, Election.
Okay.
I wonder if they'll be the same 5, just in totally different order.
It seems like it.
Yeah.
Number 2, Fight Club.
Number 2, Being John Malkovich.
Number 1, Eyes Wide Shut.
Number 1, Magnolia.
Same 5.
Same 5, yeah.
Wow. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
We redid
they're
our list.
masterpieces.
They are. They're unimpeachable.
Unimpeachable, all-time classics. 1999 was a fine year for film.
Fantastic year.
Yeah. And
98 being one of the worst.
what won Best Picture in 99? How did the Oscars fuck up in 19? Oh no, American Beauty. That's an okay pick.
Yeah, but it won. Yeah, it won. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So, right before we get started on Deep Blue Sea, there's a theme song that was procured by me for our 100th episode.
Oh, I'm excited to hear it.
Yeah, it's kind of epic. So I want everybody to be patient and enjoy it. I think I took a lot of time writing this.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the 100th episode of the franchise. Daniel and Henry and Daniel bringing franchise news for you. We're covering Deep Blue Sea for no good reason on the 100th episode of the franchise.
There you go.
Now, what happens after that theme? We're just covering Deep Blue Sea? Okay.
Yeah, that's the denouement.
Okay.
We go right into the...
Hey, before we cover Deep Blue Sea, can I hear another theme?
Sure.
I would like to know this week whether Henry has watched Fitzcarraldo.
Okay. All right.
as Henry seen Fitzcarraldo. 9. He has not.
Oh, still a no. Still a no. Okay.
Werner sounds so sad.
Well, he is. He's a sad man.
God, yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
That's true. All right. Deep blue sea.
All right. It's deepest, bluest. My hat is like a shark's fin. So this is a movie. Barely. No.
My hat is like a shark's
What
fin.
does that mean? Okay,
I don't
so,
know.
I mean, that's the theme song of the show of the movie. We hear it at the closing credits. It's LL,
Right.
one of the only 2 survivors in the cast.
Yep.
Now LL Cool J, what an acting career he's had. This is our second time covering him.
Oh, not remembering the other time.
He was, of course, the security guard who's writing a romance novel in Halloween
right.
7, H2O.
Right.
Um,
So I wanted to see if you had a unexpected opinion of his acting because I didn't.
LL. Now I remember at the time, Henry, I thought LL was the breakout in this cast.
Sure.
I liked him the
Sure.
most, and in fact, he was originally supposed to die, and he was the studio liked him so much they were like, have this guy survive.
Right.
No, he's horrible.
Okay. Right. I agree.
Yeah.
He's terrible.
He's charming. He's likable, and
Right,
that's what
right.
his stock and trade is: likability.
That's right. That's right. He is a terrible actor. And even in Any Given Sunday, a movie which I recall liking, he's not good in that either.
You watch any of that NCIS Los Angeles he's been on for the last
I've
36
seen every
years?
season. Every season. 36
All 36 seasons?
No, because
Who's a better actor, LL Cool J or Chris O'Donnell?
oh, ooh boy, for sheer charisma, I'm gonna go with LL.
I'm absolutely going with LL. He'd have been a better Robin.
Yeah.
One thing about LL, and I could just have an LL podcast right now.
Sure.
Or LLPC, I would call it.
Okay.
Every so often, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame makes some noise about putting LL Cool J in.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Mama said knock you out. Like, what are we doing? Like, he's all right. If we're going to put hip-hop in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, then we could go better ways than that.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah.
My favorite LL Cool J role is, of course, Grammy host with stupid hat.
Yeah, I think the last time I saw LL Cool J in anything that wasn't already taped, meaning a movie or some kind where he was the 2015 Grammys when he introduced AC/DC.
Was he wearing a flat cap?
He was wearing something. I don't remember.
What'd he say? Hey, and now for a Grammy moment. We're
Well, all I know is that they started playing before he was finished talking, and it was pretty fucking hilarious.
What'd they
and
play?
It was great. They the title track from they did two songs. They did Rock or Bust, and then they segued into Highway to Hell.
Yeah,
And it was awesome. Katy Perry and Lady Gaga were digging it.
Well, they're great.
So was Paul McCartney. Angela Lansbury.
Boy, do I dig this rock and roll. Ooh.
Highway to Hell.
Yeah.
No, they were awesome.
Okay, so Deep Blue Sea, we open on a boat in the middle of the ocean or something. And there's a party happening, and there's some hot ladies.
Yeah.
And they're having a party because one couple of neckers, they walk up to another couple, and one of them goes, "We're having a party, man." And it's like, I could have figured that out by like the music and the beer and the making out and stuff, but like
Right.
It's nice that someone said it.
Sometimes it's good to get something spelled out for you.
Sure. And some sharks show up and eat them.
Right.
And I'm thinking we're off to a good start.
Yeah,
Give me some sharks.
I'm with you on that. Yeah.
All right, then we're back on land, and you got your Samuel L. Jackson. All right, and
Yes.
this is Jackson in his prime, baby. We're only 2 years removed from Jackie Brown, and
That's true. Yeah.
and he
And a little cameo from RoboCop and Beverly Hills Cop and any cop movie, the great Ronnie Cox. Did you
what?
notice him?
No,
Yeah, in Sam Jackson's first scene, he's standing behind that guy sitting in a chair.
Ronnie Cox, the little fella,
No, who the fuck are you thinking?
the little guy from Bad Santa.
You think? What do you think of Wallace Shawn?
No, the dwarf actor.
No, fucking.
What's
Christ.
his name?
I have no idea, dude.
I'm looking
no.
up.
No, Ronnie Cox.
Tony Cox.
Okay, well, so Courtney Cox is in this scene with Sam Jackson.
Yeah.
I immediately had to rush to my superhero count page, which was completed ahead of time, and I figured, oh no, Ronnie Cox wasn't listed in the credits, so it must be an uncredited cameo, and I know for a fact he must have been in something. Sure was. I'll reveal it later. So anyway.
I'm very excited to hear about this.
Yeah.
So, Sam Jackson, he's the owner of a pharmaceutical company, and he's also an adventurer, a mountaineer.
Right.
All right?
Got a good wig.
Yeah, he does.
It works.
Yeah, it works okay. So he gets a visit from Saffron Burrows,
Saffron Burrows.
who, she's one of these actresses like we thought might be a thing for a minute there, but it never panned out.
No, I mean, I think she's good. I mean,
No, she's a totally fine actor.
Yeah. She just didn't really go. I don't know if it was. Didn't even. I get the impression. I remember I have that DVD Dinner for Five, John Favreau show that I
Sure.
really liked. I think you liked it too. I think they only
They
released
just
one.
posted it on one of the streamings.
Oh, did they?
Hulu or Netflix, one of them have
very
Dinner for
cool.
Five now, yeah.
Because for a long time, only season 1 was available. But anyway,
And
she's
it was
on.
out of print.
Yeah, I don't remember when I got it or how I got it, but yeah, she's on one of the episodes, and I remember her talking about Deep Blue Sea, specifically the when she has to take her wetsuit off.
Yep, there's a lot of that. Now, Saffron Burrows, she's so unmemorable in this movie that when I sat down to watch this movie for the podcast,
Yeah,
I thought I was about to see Famke Janssen. I really did.
another frequent guest on Dinner for Five.
Oh, well, because she and Favs were buddies from that
Right.
Love and Sex movie.
Right.
Now, Saffron Burrows, she tells Jackson he's got to come to Aquatica to check out. They're working on curing Alzheimer's using sharks somehow.
Right.
All right?
Right. Yep.
Now, so he comes, and she introduces him to the scientist, Stellan Skarsgård. By the way, your superhero count's going to be amazing for this movie because every single actor in it played a Marvel character.
It's not gigantic, but you're on point.
Yeah. So Stellan Skarsgård, you think he's going to be a bigger deal in the movie than he is, but
I love him anyway, man.
oh, he's totally good.
I
And this
fucking
is
love
also
that.
prime Skarsgård, right? We're
That's
only
right.
a couple years after Goodwill.
And Breaking the Waves. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. He's hitting it. Yep.
Who else do we have in the cast? Tom Jane shows up as he's sort of the action hero in this movie, which I kind of think Tom Jane's one of these good-looking guys that works better as a character actor.
I think he's great. I really like Thomas Jane. I mean, I think I didn't really even appreciate him at all until I saw The Mist.
Yeah, but that's what I like. I like him more as an everyman. Like, I think he's sort of misused in this movie, and I think he...
Yeah, that's a good point.
And The Punisher,
great,
I
but-
think he's bad in The Punisher.
You know what came through what went through my head watching
What?
this movie? How about him as a Captain America?
He'd have been good, yeah. Sure.
No, he's got that fucking jawline and the blonde hair
And
like,
that
he's got,
huge fucking dick.
what is that from Hung?
Yeah.
I saw like one episode of that.
It's
Yeah,
a pretty
yeah,
good show.
yeah. He'd have been a good Cap.
Yeah, sure.
Older, like an older Cap.
He doesn't want to do that shit though. I listened to Tom Jane on an episode of Chris Hardwick's podcast.
Oh,
and
no.
he was saying like he doesn't quite get the roles he'd rather have as an actor. Like he doesn't want to really. He's not into like nerdy shit.
Yeah, yeah.
So who else we have? Michael Rappaport. Okay.
Yeah.
Michael Rappaport is cast as like the tech nerd in this movie, which is the weirdest bit of casting ever. He's also rocking a pretty atrocious goatee and
a good dye job. Yeah.
I mean, it's so weird because Rappaport, he's a trash man. He should always just be hauling around trash in movies.
Yeah, I mean, I liked him in Mighty Aphrodite. I liked him in Copland.
No, I think he's good in the right role, but this movie is so weirdly cast. Like, you're asking Michael Rappaport, like, hey, so the sonic senses are down. You know, what do you want to inject the shark with? I mean, just it's techno babble, but
right. It sounds odd coming out of him. Yeah.
It does. It's really weird. You ever see his Tribe Called Quest documentary he made?
No.
I don't know. He's a weird guy. He's one of these guys that strikes me as like I wouldn't want to get him in a conversation because he'd want to tell me about the way things are. You know?
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely
right. Michael, he'd be like, listen, these fucking people today, they're too fucking sensitive. You know what I mean? Back in my day, you called your friend a faggot. It's like, whatever.
Yeah, he'd be a lecturer.
Yeah, he'd yap at you. But he's pretty good. Beautiful girls. And,
beautiful girls. Beautiful girls. Yeah, no, I mean, we named 3 movies. Bamboozled. He's good in Bamboozled.
Yeah, he is good in that. What's he? He's the best friend in something. That's good.
Who knows?
I don't know. I want to say Buffalo 66, but that's
no.
That's what's his name.
Oh yeah. Right. The guy who's in The Departed, your favorite movie.
Yeah, I love that guy. What the fuck is his name?
I can't remember. He's good though. I like him. I'll find out. You keep going on this plot.
All right. So they bring him in, Sam Jackson. Sam Jackson is like our audience POV character. He's getting a tour of what's going on around here. It's Kevin Corrigan, by the way. And
oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I thought of it. And so they're experimenting with Alzheimer's research, and they're injecting shit into the shark's brain. It's one of these fucking things where it's like, we only use a certain percentage of our brain power, but if we can juice it up, like, we can be smarter, which kind of is bullshit science.
Absolutely. But, I didn't mind any of that
stuff.
That
movie Limitless does that.
Right. Unlock the potential. And that Scarlett Johansson movie with Morgan Freeman did the exact same thing.
Lucy.
Yeah.
So the sharks are smart now. They know like the blueprint of the Aquatica. They can like open doors.
Yeah, they know how to read blueprints.
Yeah.
Which is impressive because I don't.
Me neither.
I don't know how to read blueprints.
Well, they read deep blueprints.
100 years of the franchise.
Yeah, 100 eps. So
years.
There's one shot where it's like a digital thing where we're like getting the layout of Aquatica, and it reminded me of David Fincher in like in Panic Room, where we're gonna like pan around, like, look at this. This is where everything goes.
Okay. Much less artful, but yes.
Sure. And so we get in there, we're doing experiments, and listen, let's call it. The thing everyone remembers about Deep Blue Sea is Samuel L. Jackson gets eaten by a shark halfway through.
Yeah, well, absolutely. But what I didn't remember was how gruesome each death is.
Well, what I wanted to say is that Sam Jackson's the one people remember.
Right.
That's an amazing death. It happens
Yes.
totally unexpectedly. He seems like the lead of the movie, and then all of a sudden he's gone. But because I was expecting that, because it's so memorable,
Yep.
on the rewatch, what I did not expect
Uh-huh.
was Stellan Skarsgård,
Oh
Skarsgård
my
getting his
God.
arm bit off like
Horrifying.
fucking 20 minutes into this movie. It's awesome.
It is awesome. I totally agree. And I would argue he has the worst death of anyone in the film.
Skarsgård?
Yeah, because then he gets like hoisted into a helicopter and then dumped in the
It's
sea.
great. It's great.
And then pressed against the glass. He's still alive.
Yeah,
it is disturbing.
his stretcher cracks the facility.
Yeah, it is disturbing.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't remember how disturbing it was.
And then it's one of those movies, man. It's like Alien but wet. They're just like running around corridors trying to escape this thing, and then at the end they do, but everyone's dead except for Tommy Jane and LL.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saffron Burrows is the last to die because she's sort of like the sort of villain because she like invented this, like she's the reason they're experimenting on sharks even though they know it's dangerous.
Right,
And,
well,
so she like has like a sort of a face turn at the end of the movie and sacrifices herself.
Well, I read, I'm sure you read, right, that she didn't die originally, and then they...
Yeah, she
and
ended
shot.
up with Tom Jane in the original cut of the movie, and then, but audiences they like Tom Jane. They don't want him to end up with the villain. But I thought it was a little bit, I like the moment where she dies at the end, but I do think Saffron Burrows and Tom Jane have a nice chemistry in this movie.
So did I. Yeah. But yeah, I gotta say, I kind of admire rarely that test screen audience for not going for the romantic ending and kind of ending it with the two guys. That was kind of something when I read that, I was kind of like, really? No,
It must have been a test screening on one of the coasts, am I right?
They were going back to Cali.
That wasn't no flyover test screening.
Say again?
That wasn't no flyover test screening.
No. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, so
Yeah, they went right. I get it now. Very good joke.
thank you. So what happens in the rest of the movie?
You just fucking summarized it.
Pretty
Everybody,
much. Why did I write, yo, let me get nude to battle this shark? Who takes their clothes off?
I believe Saffron Burrows.
Saffron Burrows,
she
okay.
wants to get the research she's done at least to salvage, because she says she's going for the disc, and LL says, "You're gonna die," and she's like, "If I don't get that disc with the research on it, then all this death is useless." And he yells after her. He yells words of wisdom.
It's what does
All
he say?
death is useless.
Well, his character is
Any words of
preacher.
wisdom.
His character is
Yeah.
preacher. LL Cool J. So he's got like a bunch of different character traits. LL and
Little aphorisms he'll throw.
yeah, he likes that. He's a chef. At one point he hides in a oven, and then the shark turns it on, which is kind of great.
Yeah, that was good.
And
Yeah.
he also has a pet parrot. Now, you might recall my movie rule, Henry.
Oh, it's
No-
an old one, I think.
Yep, no good movie has a parrot in it.
I don't think I knew that rule.
Yes, you did. I've talked about it on the show many times because we encountered parrots in
Where?
Home Alone 3
Oh,
and also Mannequin 2.
okay.
Not Mannequin 2, Weekend at Bernie's 2.
Okay.
And I think one other movie. It's come up a few times, and every time I bring it up, you say, "Oh, I think this is new to me."
Probably because every movie you mentioned I thought was a complete piece of shit, and I was probably uninterested. so,
Well, that's my parrot rule, but this
Okay.
movie turns it on its head a little bit because the parrot gets eaten by a shark.
yeah.
So I think it
Yeah, yeah.
escapes that a little bit. I also really like that LL Cool J's name for the parrot is Bird.
Right.
He does. It's not named. He just keeps saying like, "Come here, Bird. Let's go, Bird."
Unnamed bird.
Yeah, who just hangs out with LL Cool J.
I've asked this question before. I'll ask it again on the show. Do you think PETA had a problem with the actual shark eating an actual parrot?
Well, I don't think. I mean, that was CGI. There's a lot of.
That was a joke.
No, of course.
Yes.
Listen, this movie comes out the same year as The Phantom Menace, and it's apparent.
These effects are better than in the Phantom Menace.
It looks like a video game at times. I mean, some of the shark effects are real bad.
Yeah. I prefer these effects.
Okay.
Totally 100% me.
But it's a fun movie. Big explosions, big action. Everyone's having a good time. It's nice. Fucking Aida Turturro from The Sopranos gets blown up at one point.
Yeah, another bad death.
Yeah.
Everybody gets it brutal.
Yeah. There are some pretty rough ones. You see teeth pierce flesh in this fucking movie.
Oh yeah, and even Michael Rappaport, his was actually the surprising one to me because I didn't remember when he got it, and when it comes up behind him underwater, that was good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. But the best one, Sam Jackson, man.
Yeah,
that
I
fucking
agree.
shark jumping up from fucking behind.
Right.
And just biting the shit out of him.
When we wrap up, I got an email from UK Dave, one of our listeners overseas, who has a little story about that, which is funny, which I'll read.
I'm excited. I have an email from Nathaniel Safran. Okay. Now, Nathaniel Safran, you might know, is a neuroscientist who specializes in Alzheimer's research.
Yeah.
So he wanted to comment on Deep Blue Sea.
Let's hear it.
Frankly, he wanted to come on as a guest. But I figured 100th episode, I want it just to be the two of us.
Aw, yeah.
So former guest Nathaniel Safran from our Matrix Reloaded and Revolutions episode. He's got, I'm going to read his review of Deep Blue Sea.
Okay, well, while we're doing that, then I'll just pull up UK Dave's thing, too.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Rennie Harlin's 1999 masterpiece, Deep Blue Sea, is a telling of the Icarus myth set in the briny deep. This movie has fucking everything. Explosions, sexual tension, expository dialogue by Michael Rappaport, shark POV, Sam Jackson dying in the most baller death ever, and a friendship between LL Cool J and a parrot. Right off the bat, Rennie lets you know this shit is going to be sexy. You feel something? Oh, yeah, baby, I feel something. Right, that's the kids on the boat. That's the kind of steamy shit you can only get by a guy finger blasting Gina Davis. Oh, he knew. We get some Thomas Jane at his most biceptuous, Saffron Burrows half-naked electrocuting sharks, and of course we get to see why the ladies love Cool James. At its heart, Deep Blue Sea is essentially the director of Die Hard 2 telling us how much he loves Steven Spielberg. Do you like Jaws? Do you think Jurassic Park is a good movie? Well, how about we have those two movies fuck each other and spawn Deep Blue Sea? Except let's take the bits about the perils of perverting nature and make it super heavy-handed and religious, and let's take the tasteful suspense building of Jaws and replace it with sharks every 4 minutes where you can see what the sharks see through cutting to shark vision. So clearly upgrades. I saw Deep Blue Sea as a 13-year-old, and it left an indelible mark on me. I dreamed of one day conducting cutting-edge research on degenerative brain disorders like Dr. Susan McAllister. Nearly 20 years later, I have fulfilled this dream and have Deep Blue Sea to thank. Few people realize, but the science in this movie really holds up. The lightning in a bottle assay is still the gold standard for testing the efficacy of new drugs. The Harvard Compact is as essential as ever, and Alzheimer's research is still rife with shark attack fatalities. I have yet to see Deep Blue Sea 2, and to be honest, I'm a little scared to. The central theme of Deep Blue Sea is don't fuck with perfection. I'm afraid that's exactly what they may have done in making a sequel to an unqualified masterpiece. Dan and Henry, you will surely heap tons of praise on the original, but I am eagerly awaiting to see if you endorse the sequel. Before I let you get back to it, I want to leave you with a meditation. Yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, 'cause I carry a big stick, and I'm the meanest motherfucker in the valley. 2 sharks down, 1 demon fish to go. Can I get an amen? 5 stars.
Wow. An epic review from Nathaniel. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Very eloquent and brilliant.
Beautiful stuff.
That really is beautiful.
We didn't talk about the Jurassic Park thing. It really is the exact same premise as Jurassic Park. It's like, we're building something here, and they're like, hey, this is messing with nature. And they're like, yeah, but check it out. And
that's true.
And they bring fucking Jackson there. Saffron Burrows is basically playing like Richard Attenborough in this movie.
That's very true.
Deep Blue Sea 2 is kind of even more Jurassic Parky than this one.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
No, that's a really good parallel. You're absolutely right. Yeah. For sure. All right, I'm going to read from UK Dave an email that's probably equally as eloquent as neuroscientist Nathaniel Saffron.
Okay.
Hey, Pat Man and Racist Dan. Top podcast for Infinity War and looking forward to Deep Blue Sea. Funny story. Watching Deep Blue Sea with the then girlfriend. I am sitting on the settee. We know he's definitely British.
Sure.
I am sitting on the settee with the GF laying head in lap. No, what you're thinking wasn't happening. When the shark jumps out and grabs the coolest actor in Hollywood, yes, of course, Samuel L., it totally makes me jump, and I hit my girlfriend square in the face, leaving her with a black eye. Somehow, she did still agree to marry me years later. Don't know about you, but I still think Samuel L. is so cool. I imagine him shouting as he is getting eaten by the shark, "Hey, motherfucker, you ain't flossed in how long? Goddamn. Stay cool, Dave B." Yep.
I love it. Who's chatting over there on your side?
Neighbors. Great.
Great stuff. Great production values.
Yeah, good production.
Okay, what do you give Deep Blue Sea?
I'm giving Deep Blue Sea 4 stars.
All right.
Yeah, I was gonna give it 3, and then I realized, this movie is a damn good time. It really holds up. It's funny, and for all its faults, it's a damn good, entertaining movie, and I would watch it again. And
I would totally watch it again, but I'm gonna give it a 3.
I thought you were going to go 5 because I thought this was one of your all-time favorite movies.
No, I love this movie. It's a great shark movie, but I got to be honest, it's a 3. And part of that is as great and as shocking as the Samuel L. Jackson death is, the part of the movie after he dies when you no longer have Samuel L. Jackson is not as good.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm going bold there. It's one of my bolder reviews. It's
the 100th episode. Go hard or go home.
Right. So there you go. That's and who's your MVP, LVP?
My MVP is, of course, Samuel L.
Okay. My MVP is Thomas Jane.
That's fine.
Yeah. My LVP was kind of a tie, but I almost feel bad giving it to LL Cool J.
Okay, who is it?
I'm not gonna give it to LL. I'm gonna give it to the second person who we never even mentioned.
I know who it's gonna be.
Yeah, the whiny Australian girl.
Jacqueline McKenzie is this actress's name, and I'll tell you what. My LVP is, of course, The Bird, but I'll say it is a good point because everyone it's so easy to remember the cast of this movie. Even like Saffron Burrows, I thought was Famke Janssen, but you still remember like a tall, cool brunette woman,
right.
But like Tom James, Sam Jackson, Michael Rappaport, Stellan Skarsgård, LL Cool J, even Aida Turturro, like they're memorable character actors and shit.
That's right.
And then there's that one Australian lady that you never fucking remembers in this movie, and she's like Stellan Skarsgård's like wife or something.
Yeah, it's very very strange.
And who could possibly care?
I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's that. So she's with you're with me on that on the LV.
Well, I'm going with the bird, but I
you
totally
are?
get
Okay.
that choice.
Yeah.
Henry, how many? What's your superhero count?
5.
Okay, can I take a crack at this?
Go for it.
All right, you got Tom Jane, the Punisher.
Yes, and in something else.
What is it?
The Crow City of
Oh
Angels.
God. Okay.
Yeah.
You got Nick Fury.
Correct.
All right.
That's two.
Saffron Burrows played Shield agent Victoria Hand.
Well done. That's 3.
Yep. Now Victoria Hand was like a major character, and it's a bummer because like she's sort of like the evil counterpart to Maria Hill in the comics.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, Maria Hill is Kobe Smolder. She gets to be in those Avengers movies. And then, like, Victoria Hand's, like, relegated to, like, Saffron Burrows on a fucking ABC show.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you got Stellan Skarsgård from Thor and the Avengers.
You got it. That's 4, and you're never going to get 5.
Okay, who's the 5th?
That's Ronnie Cox. Sam Jackson's, like, boss, I guess, who doesn't utter a line, but he's just in there for who knows why. He was in the 1990 Captain America.
All right. Henry, you missed one.
I'll kill you. What?
Of course, I'm referring to the great voice actor Frank Welker, who was the voice of the parrot.
I'm going to give myself that one. That's okay. There was a guy who voiced the parrot.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
We didn't talk about. Do you have anything to say about the cinematography? The music was Trevor Rabin, hot off of Armageddon.
Yeah, I actually did look him up and look at the music. Music was fine. I thought it was effective.
Yeah.
It was nothing special, but it wasn't terrible. It was good.
His music always sounds big and patriotic to me.
Yeah, I mean, he pulled the right notes. It was good, no pun intended. It was fine. I think it was a good score for this type of movie. Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Henry, are we ready for Deep Blue Sea 2?
I think it's time.
Okay. All right, so Deep Blue Sea 2 comes to us in April 17th of 2018, the current year.
Yeah. Couple weeks old.
Couple weeks old. We first heard about it through a listener, and some people made some noise about us wanting to cover it.
They really did. Yeah, which is fine. That was cool.
So we figured, why not? Let's do it.
Well, let's do it.
I love Deep Blue Sea. Let's find out. And,
Clearly not as much as me. Ooh.
Yeah, it's true. We haven't dipped our toe into the straight-to-DVD or VOD waters.
Have we not?
Pardon the pun. Not that much. Like, there's so many of these franchises. There's so many we can do where, like, only one that came out in theaters. I just watched that movie Wrong Turn.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was, like, looking it up on the internet, and there's, like, 1,000 sequels.
Well, because it's totally fine with me it being the centenary. But we were sort of breaking our rule a little bit, right? By doing a VOD.
Well, we are. Usually what we try to do is we'll watch it if it has more than one theatrical release. And then if there's like a VOD thing, we'll check it out. Like so.
Exactly.
So we did Legally Blonde, and I watched Legally Blondes.
Right.
Remember that? And
Mm-hmm.
and then there was Home Alone, where like the first 3 were theatrical, and then we checked out the other 2.
I checked out one of them.
Yeah. I watched Home Alone: The Holiday Heist without it.
I did do one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this way, we're just going straight into Deep Blue Sea 2. But I'd be willing to go for this kind of thing in the future. I've been always kind of wanted to see the sequels to bring it on.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm game, man. I don't care.
There's like 1,000 Hellraiser movies that didn't come out in theaters.
I mean, I think per franchise, we can figure out if it's worth it. Like, actually, Hellraiser is a great point because there's already enough of those theatrically. I think when we reach
There's
it, I don't.
4 theatrical at least that I know.
Yeah,
of.
so I mean, wouldn't feel the need as we're speaking now. I feel like I wouldn't feel the need to see the other ones.
Now
but-
I would.
Really?
Yes.
That's
Because there's
interesting.
been a lot, and they're like continuations of each other, I think.
I don't know. Yeah.
I think you got to do it. But we're going Deep Blue Sea 2. This is a VOD release directed by Darren Scott.
Guy's real good.
I mean, what else has he directed? Right? A lot of.
He didn't even fucking come up on Wikipedia.
No,
dude.
he's got a lot of TV movies. He's got one from a few years back called Mega Church Murder. He's no stranger to the VOD waters because he directed a movie called House Party Tonight's the Night in 2013.
Nice.
We should cover House Party, and it's
That'd be fun.
Yeah. Same our screenwriters. Okay, now one of our screenwriters, the story credit, so first draft was done by a fellow named Hans Rodionoff. He's a TV writer. He's written a bunch of straight to DVD shit. The Skulls too, Henry.
Awesome.
All right, I saw The Skulls. Did you?
I don't think so.
R.I.P. Paul Walker. He also he did both of the straight to video Lost Boys sequels. All right.
Hey man, the guy works.
He worked on the Under the Hood spin-off of the Watchmen movie.
Oh.
All right.
Boy, okay.
And he's worked with Marvel. He wrote Man-Thing.
Really?
Yeah, for the Sci-Fi Channel.
All right.
And then we also have writing credits by Eric Patterson and Jessica Scott. And they've also worked in the straight-to-DVD pool with the sequels to Hilary Duff's film A Cinderella Story.
I like that you have used the words pool and waters.
It's intentional.
Oh, okay. Very slick.
Thank you. Slick.
Very slick.
Very, yeah. Slippery.
Very. Oh, and we haven't even gotten to the actor Michael Beach.
That's
Am I
right.
right?
Yeah. Good point. Okay, so Deep Blue Sea 2. Henry, I have updated my 2018 list.
Oh boy, I've got like 2 movies on there, dude.
I know. Well, I
can tell you what they are. I mean, I don't care.
last time we covered 2018, I had seen 10 movies, so I just
That's
put them all
crazy.
in order.
Sure.
Now I have seen at least 10 movies I liked,
I want to hear it.
so it's a slightly more legitimate list to this point in the year.
I have 2
All right.
that they're on my list. I've
What?
seen more than 2, but I have 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I have 3. All right, in no order. Infinity War,
Yeah.
A Quiet Place.
And Black Panther.
Oh, that too. No. Oh, right. Okay. There's 4 then. Look at that. Black Panther and a phenomenal documentary on Netflix called Flint Town.
Man, I'll tell you, speaking of phenomenal documentaries on Netflix, I'm halfway through that Wild Wild Country right now.
I've heard about that.
Holy shit, is that good?
Well, I'm halfway through the Netflix documentary Bobby Kennedy for President, and
You'll be loving that. I heard good things about that.
Oh, it's absolutely phenomenal, dude. You got to check it out. Yep.
I'll check it out.
Off-air conversation. Completely.
Okay.
That's okay.
Number 10, Henry.
Go for it.
And I just want to make sure Ryan Rabalkin's listening. Ryan, number 10 is Game Night, all right? I know you're putting your kid to bed. All right. Number 9 is A Futile and Stupid Gesture. Number 8 is Isle of Dogs.
Okay.
Number 7 is Thoroughbreds.
Okay.
Number 6 is Avengers Infinity War.
Oh.
Number 5 is Black Panther. I put them back to back.
Yeah.
Number 4, A Quiet Place. Number 3, Annihilation.
Missed it.
Yep. Number 2, Flower. And
Okay.
number 1, You Were Never Really Here.
Oh, all right.
There you go.
Look at you already.
Working on it.
Already. Wow. I will have my list to you folks in about 1 year's time.
I'll be ready to go with 2018 on like January 1st, man.
This is like the total opposite of what it usually is.
I know.
You've
I'm
been going to the
keeping
theater a
up
lot.
this year. Yeah. All right. Deep Blue Sea 2. Now, last we left off the Deep Blue Sea franchise, LL Cool J was rapping about how his hat is like a shark's fin.
Right.
One of my favorite similes in the history of the English language.
I think so.
I still don't understand it. Why was
I
his
don't.
hat like
I
a
don't know. I mean, I
shark's
thought
fin?
you would have more explanation on the
I really
origins.
don't, except that it's an amazing song, probably LL's second best song of all time. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. 4 stars.
5 stars to the song.
5 stars. to the song?
5 stars to the music video.
Oh boy, I gotta look at that. Is
Yeah.
there one?
Yep, take a look at it. It's fantastic.
Oh, I bet. Is it like P Diddy?
It's big budget.
Is it like Puff Daddy and Godzilla?
It's better.
Does he rap at a shark?
He does.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You'll be loving that. We start with a theme song in this song, too, in this movie. But it's a little more croony.
It is.
Yeah.
No.
In the deep blue sea, won't you stay with me?
Yeah.
In the deep blue sea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying it sounds
That's
like
pretty good.
it sounds like Sam Smith.
Yeah.
It's sort of like a cross between like the song
Bond song.
the song Sam Smith did for Spectre and the song John Bon Jovi did for Young Guns too.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So-
I was hooked.
It's a little
right.
bit like that. Now we are introduced to our main character. There's no one you know in this movie. Okay, let's get that right off the
look up
bat.
the girl, and I saw her in something.
Listen, me too. We'll talk about it.
Oh, okay.
What's the actress's name?
Danielle Savra?
Danielle. Let's go with Sarv, like Brett Favre. That's how it's
Okay.
spelled.
Fine with me.
Danielle Sarv.
Fine with me.
She currently, probably like the third most important female lead on the Grey's Anatomy spinoff Station 19,
Oh, all right.
in which Bailey's husband became a firefighter. Now, I think she's a lesbian on that show, if I remember correctly,
Okay.
and it's very weird to see her starring in a movie after watching her like play a minor role on like a shitty soap.
Right.
But she's okay. I like her on
I
Station
thought she
19.
was fine. I was very surprised. I mean, she's one of the only people.
She's got no business starring in a movie.
Dude, it's a VOD.
Let's be real.
It's a VOD. Who cares?
Yeah,
I mean-
but you couldn't get like the main girl from Station 19. It's like,
I can't argue that, but I mean, yeah.
you know, she's a little bit of a generic blonde.
Yeah.
Listen, she's asked to be in a wetsuit, which is always strategically zipped right into her cleavage. And there are multiple scenes where she gets into her bra and panties, and
Yeah.
that's the only purpose of the scene.
Yeah, it's pretty
kind
funny.
it's kind of fucked up. Like it's real old school VOD or like straight to DVD in that regard. Like it's very cheesecake.
That's true.
Like
Yeah.
they'll cut to her like in her quarters, and then it's like, oh, she's getting changed, and you think something's gonna happen, but then we just cut to the next scene.
Yeah, they don't even like attempt like with the Saffron Burrows thing. Well, she's okay. She's retrieving a disc and she's trying. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
or like in a movie like this, usually like two characters will be like having a conversation while changing. So it's
Right,
like, oh,
right.
all right, fine.
this is pure voyeurism. Yeah.
It's literally her alone in a room, stripping down to her bra and panties, and then we cut.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But she's fine. She's
I saw her in a movie on Netflix called Adulterers, which was
up late at night watching that one.
yeah, you know, one of them 3 o'clock rentals.
Henry, you know there's like you can go on like Pornhub and watch the shit for free.
Thanks for the tip.
Yeah.
That's not why I watched it. It looked like an interesting movie. Netflix gives you those little blurbs, and sometimes they catch your attention.
Did that movie give you a little blurb?
It's not a terrible movie. It's like a play almost with like 3 people about infidelity. It was interesting.
Kind of what Deep Blue Sea 2 is.
Yeah, exactly. It's not very good, but I didn't turn it off, which 90% of the time on Netflix when I give something a shot, no matter what the genre, I end up turning it off.
Yeah.
So
You're
know what I
more
mean.
into giving things a shot than I am.
yeah, but you're more into like seeing, you know, openly just going to see shitty comedies and giving them the benefit of the doubt to go in and see it. And I'm totally closed-minded when it comes to stuff like that.
That's true in horror movies.
Yeah.
So I almost put Truther there on there at number 10, but I stuck with Game Night. All right.
All right.
Hey, so she is a shark expert, and she's teaching a class at the beginning of the movie, and a student says, "Are there any sharks that you wouldn't swim with?" And and you think she's gonna say, "No, all sharks are created equal." She's like, "No, fuck bull sharks, not into
Right.
'em."
Yeah. Really got a thing against bull sharks. So I'm waiting for like an explanation, maybe some tragedy from her childhood.
No,
No.
she just doesn't like them. They're aggressive.
Doesn't like 'em.
So
Don't like
she will not swim with bull sharks. So then a smarmy businessman shows up at her college. A rich smarmy businessman in a suit named Mr. Burns.
Smithers.
Did you happen to catch that?
No, but I am catching it now.
This character's name is Mr. Burns.
That's good.
All right.
It's well done.
He takes her to
Wait, can we say her character's name?
what's her character's name?
Don't snore me. Misty Calhoun.
Okay.
Dr. Misty Calhoun.
Yeah, I think she was supposed to be like Bethany Joy Lenz, like the is that her name? The fucking Soul Surfer.
The fuck do I know?
You know Soul Surfer. We could cover that. There's a sequel.
Yeah, I know the movie you're talking about, but I didn't fucking watch
That's
it.
what I thought they were going for with this character.
All right, I immediately thought of Dr. Christmas Jones. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit of that.
Dr. Misty Calhoun.
So she gets taken to this facility, and you meet a lot of characters that have no personalities. All right.
One has one personality, which is generally not the character. I think on this show I've repeatedly denounced my dislike of this even type of character, but he's probably the best character in the movie.
Who?
The nerd.
Oh, this guy sucks. Get out of here.
He's all right, man.
He's
Come on.
such a shitty nerd.
Relatively to the other characters, dude, this guy is.
I think you're
fucking-
crazy.
This guy's fucking Tom Hardy, dude. I mean, I don't know.
So
I
who
thought
do
he-
you have? There's a married couple. They just got married.
They are awful.
They're wretched.
They are beyond. Yeah,
they're
okay.
crazy
Thank
bad.
God
they're
you said that.
crazy bad actors. Like,
You know, thank God you said that, because sometimes when we talk about this stuff, I always find myself underconfident. I will admit right here, underconfident on my ability sometimes to differentiate between terrible acting, great acting, and good acting, and I sometimes I just don't pay attention to that
All right,
or can't tell.
Kim
And
Sister
they are
and Jeremy Boado, they're playing Leslie and Daniel Kim, a married couple contributing to the research being done on, you guessed it, bull sharks on this in this facility, and and by the way, she's brought into this because she says, I immediately reject everything you're doing over there. They're trying to literally create like a serum that like will make the human race smarter so they don't die out.
Right.
And fucking she's like, I don't want to do it, and they're like, we'll fund your research, and she's like, I'm listening. It's exactly the fucking Alan Grant scene from like the beginning of Jurassic Park on that dig.
Right.
And they bring her in. These people are there. They're horrible actors, the Kims. They're like community theater.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah, they really are.
It's really bad. It's like something out of Waiting for Guffman, but real.
Everybody dance. Yeah.
Oh, I love that shit. Now you've also got the nerd. You've got Michael Beach, who's like a character actor who you've probably seen and stuff.
I definitely had. Yeah.
He's playing like the mad scientist type in this movie. And then you've got Rob Mays, who it's like if you gave a Hemsworth brother a lobotomy.
I gotta say, moment of truth, this is what I was waiting for you on.
What?
To talk about this guy, Rob Mays.
Rob Mays. I mean, it's like a Hemsworth boned that dude who plays Aquaman and
Jason Momoa.
Yeah, and they had like a Down syndrome baby.
There you go. That's
Rob Mays.
That's pretty good. That's what I was thinking. Something like that. Yep.
He's real bad. He's, of course, playing a character named Trent Slater.
Phenomenal.
It's like a Schwarzenegger name. Like, you know, I was talking about Schwarzenegger always gets, like, super Americanized names.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Trent Slater.
Yeah, Seagal always does, too, you know, like Mason
but he
Storm.
is American, baby.
Yeah, but, I mean, they always come up with those
Mason
generic...
Storm! Where'd you come up with that name, Henry?
That's from, I want to say Hard to Kill.
No, Mason Storm is the name of a porn star, and you're revealing that you watch porn.
Right, that's exactly what it is.
That is.
No, Mason Storm is a Seagal character in a movie.
Guarantee you, Google Mason Storm, some porn
I am.
Come up.
I'm going to do it right now.
All right.
You're wrong.
Are you seeing an older Latino woman?
A what? Am I? Oh, on Google?
Mason Storm is like a MILF porn actress, Henry.
Okay.
I remember because she used to come into Barnes & Noble all the time.
Get out of here.
Yeah, and I'd be like, guys, she's a porn star.
Maybe I was there when you said it. I'm looking this up.
I'm calling you out, man.
Yep, and I'm proving myself here.
What do you mean?
I'm finding that his character is called Mason Storm.
In what?
I'm looking. Hard to Kill. Yep.
His character is Mason Storm in that?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Fine, I'm the pervert.
Yes, you are. 1990. Yep. One of Seagal's on top. Mason Storm, an L.A. police detective. Yep.
Well, in my Googling, the first thing to come up is Mason Storm hot nude teacher sex.
Well, that's not shocking to me. But the fact that I pulled a middling action film from 1990 should not have been that surprising to you.
It's pretty impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mason Storm.
Yeah.
I got her pulled up on IMDb right now. She's best known for...
God, I feel vindicated.
She's best known for big tits at school. She's also been in...
Hold on.
She's also been in Foot Job Virgins, Seduced by a Cougar 11...
Dude, I just spit seltzer all over the place, man.
She's been in Lesbi Friends again.
Oh, it's all over my chair now.
All right.
God damn it.
Lots of classics.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
That was the most genuine spit take that's ever happened on this show. Oh my God.
I'm glad
Ouch.
we did it.
Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere. Okay, great.
Mason
Yeah.
Storm.
Yeah, I'm really glad I brought that up. Yep. You owe me a Schweppes black cherry seltzer.
You'll get it. Schweppes Black Cherry Seltzer.
It was on sale.
That shit's gross.
It was on sale. It's not the best.
Yeah. You might also remember her from Titty Mania 13.
I'm not sipping anymore.
Okay.
I'm waiting. I'm not.
Screw
I'm not
my
gonna-
wife, please. 36. She can't get enough.
36.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. It's
God,
funny
alright.
when you look at porn stars on IMDb, like the early movies are all like, like young Latin girls, and then like as you go on in their career, it's like, fuck my mom. All right. We got a little dirty there. Let's get back to Deep Blue Sea
Jesus
2.
Christ. Oh God. Woo.
All right, so
Episode 100, everybody. Probably pull out that theme song I worked so hard on at some point.
who gets decapitated? That's my favorite scene.
Oh, the guy who you think is gonna get eaten when the real Jason Momoa lookalike, right? When he swims out,
Yeah.
he gets like his back broken, or should be, and then they pull him out of the water, and then he leans over, calls the shark a name.
Yeah,
And then-
there's
yeah.
a Momoa and there's a Hemsworth. The Hemsworth is the one I was talking about before. This is the Momoa. He has two classic lines. First, he says, "Those sharks can suck my ass,"
Right.
and then he says, "Those sharks can kiss my ass." He changes his mind, and then
Yeah.
he gets decapitated. And that ends the kind of entertaining portion of the movie. Then they split up to like search the facility, and they shoot every scene for the rest of the movie in the same corridor,
Oh,
except
my
it's
God.
lit either red, blue, or green. So you think they're different corridors.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And we should really mention that it's also at that point after the decapitation or somewhere thereof that it really stops becoming like a shark movie and turns into like tiny shark movie.
Well, that's the best part.
tiny sharks.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So there's sharks like floating around this joint, but one of the bull sharks was pregnant, and she gives birth to these little guys. All right,
yeah.
and they jump out of the water, sort of like piranha,
Oh my
and
God.
they're these little sharkies. They're my MVP.
I actually have a real MVP, but that's yeah. Okay. See, they would have been like my LVP. It was a fucking terrible idea.
I think they're really funny. Because I'm
They are
bored.
funny. But,
I'm bored late in this movie, and then you
late
get
in the movie?
Yeah, and then you get this swarm of sharks hopping out of the water, and they look like someone's like throwing around those little gummy sharks
yeah.
with
which
the
we do
white
get
bellies.
Yeah, right. We do get that. Doesn't the bad actor guy?
Oh
have
yeah,
one?
you see one eating one of those. Yeah.
Mhm.
And they're jumping out, and
Yeah.
and so they get out. Who survives? The fucking Michael Beach gets a really good death.
Yes, he's right. He's wow. Right. I'm
He
replaying
falls
it. In my-
into the mouth of a shark, and then you see like the teeth like pierce him in the rib cage.
Yeah, because his character is like now lost his mind from
Well, he's been.
taking these.
Oh, that's right. He was like testing the stuff on himself. And
and I
he's,
gotta
like,
give
losing
Michael
it.
Beach credit, man. He knows he's in a piece of shit, and he's just going over the top. Why not? You know,
He commits.
he commits for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. What else you got?
Not much. This
There's
was.
there's a sequel set up.
Oh, kind of. Yeah, I guess. Sure.
Well, you
sure.
see a shark like trolling
With the
around
babies, yeah.
like a beachside area with the babies. Yeah.
Right. Coming right to the camera, and then eats the camera, and yeah, it was
And
a
then
quality.
you hear an ah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I stayed around.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Very
a quality,
fun stuff.
quality production, quality
Yeah.
movie.
It's a 1, but I enjoyed myself.
I'm gonna go with you on that. It is a 1. I've watched worse things on
Listen,
this
there's
show.
a lot of VOD sequels that are worse than this.
I believe you,
Yeah.
and I this was not the worst thing I've watched for this show. So
No,
yeah,
no.
but
I totally agree.
yeah, but it's a 1.
And I'll take a shark movie. Like, shark movies are entertaining to me.
I agree.
Because you know what this movie had?
What?
Sharks.
Sharks. Had sharks in it.
Because, okay, when I watched the first Deep Blue Sea for the podcast, I was in the mood to watch another shark movie, Henry. And so I went to trusty Amazon Prime and searched sharks.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't in the mood yet to watch Deep Blue Sea 2.
Mm-hmm.
So what I ended up watching is 1988's Night of the Sharks.
Never heard of it.
All right? It's Treat Williams' vehicle.
Oh, well, there you go.
All right?
I'm in.
And it's a movie called Night of the Sharks that takes place entirely in daylight and has very few sharks.
Okay.
All right? He's fighting people in the jungle mostly.
Oh.
But, Treat Williams is great.
Yeah.
Always a treat. And
Always. I didn't know if I was going to say it or you.
one of us had to.
Yeah.
So it was still worth watching, but what this movie, Deep Blue Sea 2, has over Night of the Sharks is, hey man, sharks.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, multiple times in this movie, characters say, that's what they say about the Deep Blue Sea. They're constantly quoting the title. I love it.
That is true. That is fun. That's fun. Yeah. It would be funnier if one of them said, "That's what you get in the Deep Blue Sea 2." And,
Yeah.
Be like, I meant also Deep Blue Sea. Also.
Right, yeah.
So who do you got there? So your MVP or the Baby Shark?
Yeah.
I had a tie on my MVP. I thought the nerd wasn't bad.
He was bad.
I didn't think he was bad.
He wasn't funny a single time.
I didn't say I thought he was funny.
But that's what you gotta be as the nerd.
That was more of a tolerance level. He was tolerable. And I thought Misty Calhoun wasn't bad. So
she's fine. You could catch Station 19 Thursdays at 9 on ABC. Shondaland.
I'm good. But
yeah.
My LVP is that Asian couple. Yeah.
They're my LVP too. They're horrible. They're way worse than both of the generically handsome guys.
They are. I agree with that.
I don't know what we're doing with this casting.
They might have given somebody a shot who was in acting school and senior year high school or something. I don't know.
They never seem to be reacting to anything. Like it's like they're just waiting to say their lines. They're never interacting. It's very weird.
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah.
All right, Henry, I have a segment.
All right. Is this related to our 100th episode, Daniel?
It is. Happy 100th to you. Okay, Henry.
Yeah, I'm here.
Are you going to wish me a happy 100th?
Oh, this is like that time when I introduced you and then there was silence. You didn't introduce me. Happy 100th, Dan. It's been a fun ride.
So I get a message from longtime listener, friend of the show, Space Cadet Juan.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, are you guys doing anything special for your big 100th episode? And I had an idea I wanted to run by you. If I were to go back and crunch the numbers of all your star ratings and create a ranking of all the franchises covered so far by average star rating, would you have any use for that? And I said,
hell yeah.
Yes, we will. Okay? So here we have it. It's a ranking of every franchise we've covered, except for Deep Blue Sea.
Okay.
By,
And I have not heard this. I do not know what this is going to be.
So, Henry, how do you want to do it? You want to, like, this
I
is
don't-
yours and my rankings crunched into one number.
You just read it because I'm not really sure how it's
No,
how it goes.
Henry, what is the top franchise?
So this is the franchise, not individual movies. Like
This
what
is
did
by franchise. What did we rate the best?
You and Me Together?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Can you give me like 5 choices?
No.
All right. I'm gonna say I have our list in front of me. I need it. I'm gonna say Back to the Future.
You know, it's a good guess. Back to the Future is in a 3-way tie for number 3. Okay?
Oh, all right.
Along with Chinatown and Blade Runner.
Wow. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Rocky.
Blade Runner, you know, you got to thank Jan Martino, our guest for that episode, for Blade Runner being so high. Because if it was just you and me, it would have been much lower on this list.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
What'd you
Yeah.
say, Rocky?
Yeah.
You know, of course, Rocky, but that you got to factor in, like, Rocky 5 and...
The low ratings we gave that.
Yeah, so like
yeah.
the top couple are only 2 movie franchises because they have a better chance at sneaking in.
Sure.
Rocky is number 11.
Okay. I thought you were just going to read them all out in order from worst to best.
Oh, I can.
Why don't you just do that? I'd like to hear it.
All right, number 48, Henry.
I'm sure our listeners would like to hear this. Yeah, go ahead. So there you go. We've covered 48 franchises. I didn't even know that. Okay.
Is 50 Shades of Grey.
All
All right, averaging a 1.
Averaging a 1. All right, go ahead.
Number 47, the second worst franchise, and I'm sorry to say this, Home Alone.
Sounds right to me.
Then at 46 is Mannequin.
Okay.
Then tied here we have Terms of this is amazing. Tied here is Terms of Endearment and Hard Bodies.
Jeez. That's great. Wow. Oh, so this really is, we've probably covered more than 48 because there have all the ties, right? Of course.
No.
Yes.
That he popped them in, so it'll be like 3
Okay.
movies tied for 30 and then 33, you know.
Oh, wow.
All right,
Okay.
so at number 43 is Death Wish.
Whoa, very low. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Tied, we have a 5-way tie after Death Wish.
Wow.
Tomb Raider, Rush Hour, Dirty Dancing, Legally Blonde, and The Matrix.
Wow.
All
Very
right.
low on the Matrix. All right. Okay.
Number 37 is Halloween.
Jeez.
Well, that's a weird one. You got some 5s, but then there's some garbage.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Number 36, Austin Powers.
Yeah, I wish that was even lower.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we had Christian Toto on as a guest, all right? So he
Oh.
might have given...
Bumped it.
Yeah, he might have bumped that. Number 35 is Weekend at Bernie's. That would, of course, be lower, except I gave the first one a 5. You might recall.
Yes, I do.
Number 34 here is Superman.
Oh, okay.
Number 33 is Friday the 13th.
Yeah. Oh, I wish that was higher.
Me too. Tied here, a 3-way tie, is Westworld, Basic Instinct, and Jaws.
Oh, yep, sure.
Mhm.
This is fascinating. Go
Yep.
ahead.
Then we have a tie between Lethal Weapon and Scream.
Ooh,
Yeah.
weird. Okay.
Number 27 is Indiana Jones.
All right.
Tied here, we have Predator, Fletch, and National Treasure. Now, National Treasure, of course, would be much lower, except Martha gave both those movies like a 10.
That's right. That's right. I was trying to figure that one out for a second.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
At number 23 is Dirty Harry. At number 22 is Star Wars.
Wow.
Just ahead of Star Wars is Major League.
Quality, not quantity, I
Yeah.
guess.
Tied at number 19 is Independence Day and The Hunger Games.
Oh,
That kind of makes sense.
yeah.
Number 18 is Jurassic Park.
Okay,
Number 17, The Fast and the Furious.
sure.
Yeah. Tied here is Crank and Resident Evil.
I was just gonna say, I hope Resident Evil's high.
Yeah,
That's pretty high.
Pretty high.
Yeah.
Then a three-way tie between Die Hard, Iron Man, and Young Guns. Of course, Young Guns so high because of our friend Ryan Rebalkin.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Number 11, Rocky. Now we're in the top 10 here.
Top 10.
Number 10, James Bond, The Connery Years.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice to hear that.
Then we have a tie between The X-Files and The Fugitive.
Wow.
All right?
Forgot about the X-Files.
Sure, me too. You must have rated the second one higher than I did.
I might have. I don't know.
Yeah. Number 7 is The Avengers.
Makes sense.
Number 6, Alien.
Ooh, wow. That's very high.
Very
Okay.
high.
Yeah.
Then we have a tie between Blade Runner, Chinatown, and Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Number 2 is Train Spotting.
Really?
Yeah. You know, you gave the fucking second one a 5.
That's what did it.
Yeah. Piece of shit. So
Second
that
best
movie has
franchise.
that franchise has 3 5s and a 2. So you really juked it up there.
Sure. Got it.
And number 1, can you guess what's missing?
Um.
Kind of a weird one.
Oh, is it? Okay. Let's see. Give me. I think.
All right, great.
No,
dead
I
air,
don't. I
great
can't
dead air.
think of it. I can't think of it.
Knocked Up and This Is 40, the Apatow
Oh!
verse. Yeah.
I would have never got that.
Yeah.
Wow, of course. We both gave both of them 5, right?
I want to say we gave This Is 40 a 4. Both
Oh,
of
I might
us,
have given
but
it a
so
4.
it's like 2 5s and 2 4s, something like that. That's
Yeah, I gave it a 4. Yeah,
that's
and you did
damn
too, maybe.
good.
Yeah. Wow.
So there you have it. That's a ranking. Now
Thank
we
you,
just
Space
did
Cadet
Deep
One.
Blue Sea. That's like a 4, a 3, and 2 1s. That would make it. Space Cadet One's got to do the math.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Good luck there, Alan Greenspan.
I feel like
can't
that's
do that.
actually probably around there near Jaws.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Wow. Well, big thank you to Space Cadet Juan.
A huge thank you to Space Cadet Juan. I mean, I think he's now our best fan.
Yeah, I mean that the time it took him to do that's real dedication. That's wonderful. That's really
It did
cool.
take him a long time. He he says, "I'm very sorry I volunteered to do this, but it's done." You covered 48 franchises in your first 99, and in a few cases there were ties. Whatever, blah blah blah. Hopefully someday there will be a Back to the Future 4 or a Jake Gittes 3, so you can break those ties up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
And he hadn't seen Infinity War yet, so he took that in his hands, trying to get at the whatever.
Oh, all right.
So there
All
you
right.
go. He's got it. He did it. What a guy.
What a guy, man. That's really awesome. Can I read a topical listener email I got from Aussie Scott?
Oh, I love Aussie Scott. Yeah, what do you got?
Scott's great. Hey, Henry and Dan, now that you've both seen Infinity War, I was wondering what you both thought happened to Valkyrie. After all, she was on the ship with Thor. I'm assuming she's not dead, as she came across as a fan favorite, and the MCU needs to hang on to as many strong female characters as possible.
And as many good black characters as possible.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Whilst on the topic of the Thor universe, where was Sif in Ragnarok? I don't know who Sif is. I don't remember that. But,
Sif is one, you know.
one of
What's
the
that
characters
actor?
in the Thor
Jamie
universe.
Alexander. I'll tell you, Sif was probably off filming Blind Spot.
Oh, okay. I don't even know.
But Tessa Thompson, I mean, I don't know where she was. She was
I wrote him back. I said probably some scheduling conflict.
probably working on
because she's
Creed
pretty
2.
hot. Yeah, but anyway, About Sif, I thought they might keep her around as she is meant to be the mother of Thor's children, which could set up very far future in the MCU. Just digging for your thoughts. P.S. I'm almost halfway through listening to everything for the second time, and it's just as funny as the first time. Thanks for the entertainment and keep the podcast going, Scott.
Thanks so much, Aussie Scott.
Yep.
Yeah, big fan of yours. And so, I mean, I don't know where they were theoretically. We're ignoring Asgard for the most part in Infinity War, but
Right.
we do see Heimdall. I don't know.
It's a
I don't
weird-
know how to
it's a great
answer
point.
that, but you know, maybe we'll find out in Ant-Man and the Wasp. I don't fucking know.
Or part 2. Or
Yeah,
Infinity
yeah.
Part 2, yeah. Oh, I have a 2 count on the superhero count for Deep Blue Sea 2. Your hero and mine, Rob Mays,
That's the
Trent Slater,
Trent Slater.
the Mason Storm of Deep Blue Sea. He was in Thor Ragnarok
Was he?
playing, quote, Asgardian man.
There you go. In the
Big
background of one of the big scenes.
Yeah. And Michael Beach was in
Michael
Justice-
Beach Jordan.
was in Justice League Unlimited, the TV cartoon, playing Mr. Terrific and Black Manta. And in a weird turn of events, in the upcoming, highly anticipated by both Dan and myself, Aquaman 2018, he is playing Black Manta's father, Jesse Kane.
Black Manta's father. Why do those DC movies have to
I love
introduce
it.
us to everyone's fucking dad?
That's what I was waiting for. Who'd we get? We got Flash's dad, right? We got in the other one. We get everybody's dad.
Oh, yeah. The fucking Aquaman movie is going to be Mera's dad. Like, what is the first half of that movie just going to be like Aquaman babies?
They'll be at the parent-teacher conferences underwater for the most part. Yeah. It's exciting. It's a good idea. It's going to be a great movie.
All right.
James Wan, you know.
All right.
All right.